Alright, y'all. This video is going to be a little different. I want an auxiliary port in this Camaro. So there's a way to actually install one into the factory radio without using an adapter. They do sell adapters, but they're only for the cars that come with I'm pretty sure a 6-disc CD changer in the back. So this adapter won't work on my car because it does not have that CD changer. It's just a single CD up front in the actual monsoon radio. So I'm gonna have you follow along and give you some information on how to do this and see if I can actually get it to work. So stick around and hope you enjoy. All right, everybody. It's Rudy, Rock and Roll Garage. Thanks for tuning in on this. So I had a previous video that I did speakers and stuff on the white Camaro. And I really want an aux port in there, so I'm gonna try to see if I could film this and maybe give you a walkthrough on how to install that on this. This is only for the the 4th gen F bodies that have the monsoon radio head unit. I'll pick this up and show you. Yeah, the monsoon radio head unit, but because they sell a converter for these, but the car has to have the CD changer in it, like installed in the back. Like I think it's a 6-disc. Mine does not, so the converter will not work in this. So you have to actually pull the radio out, pull this back cover off, and get to this harness here. I'm just following the stuff off of LS1 Tech, so I'll just I'll put the link for that in here, but I figured I could maybe show you on video to kind of give you a better understanding of it. What you will need is a toggle switch like this, like a 2-wire toggle switch, and then you need a auxiliary cord. So I think it's 3.5. I had this one, but this one's like doesn't actually have wires in it. So I think I have another one that I'm gonna try, but that doesn't matter right now. If anything, I'll just cut this video and show you the rest. So I'm gonna walk through the thing on LS1 Tech on where to hook this stuff up at, and then I'm gonna kind of just show you guys where. Okay, hang on out. I'm filming this now, but this is like, I gotta put this at the beginning of the video. You're gonna flip your radio upside down, and you got a T15 Torx screw here, or it looks like it's a 7mm maybe, on the bottom, and then on the back here you've got a screw hole here, and then one right here, and those are a 5mm. All right, so this might be a little hard to see here, and I got to read off of this thing. So you've got a white connector here that this goes down to the CD player. So I got 3 wires out here pulled outside of the tape, and your farthest wire back, the last one on the connector towards the back of the radio, this wire carries the positive audio signal for your left speakers, okay? And then the wire right to the next to it, the second wire from the back of the connector, the wire next to it is the negative for both left and right speakers. And the wire right after that one, the third one from the back, is the third wire on the connector carries the positive signal for the right speakers. So when you have your auxiliary cord, let's just say I'm going to use this one as an example. You would have pretty much a red wire, a white wire. I think it's, yeah, red, usually in a big thick auxiliary cord, not a cheap one. You have a red wire, a white wire, and then like a loose ground wire. So honestly, it doesn't really matter which, the left or the right. but left is white and right is red. So either way they'll work. It'd just be kind of weird like on certain songs, but I don't think you'll see a difference. So on the back wire here and from your auxiliary cord, you're going to take your left wire. So this back wire will go to the white wire on the auxiliary cord. This middle wire will actually go to that loose ground inside of the auxiliary cord. And then the third wire will go to the red wire of the aux cord. So you'll have to strip these back. I mean, if you don't know how to solder, I am going to be soldering these. So I would say you'd have to wrap them pretty tight and tape them. This harness is pretty tight, so you have to be careful with it. Because if you try to strip these back or something, you can pop this wire easily. So moving on from that, we have, it says the 7th wire from the back of the connector is, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 7th wire on this connector is the power for the CD player. So what you're going to do with this wire, the 7th wire on the connector, and I'm going to verify that I have the right one again. The 7th wire on the connector, you are going to cut this in half with enough slack on each side to, I don't know if you can see, to actually, so you can have enough room on each side to strip it, to take your toggle switch, your 2-wire toggle switch, and like take the ends and connect them to each end that you cut. So you want to make sure you have enough slack on each end. So I'm going to do that first on the 7th wire, and then I got to go see if I have another aux cord. If not, I'll just pick this back up once I get the actual proper aux cord. Alright, y'all. So I got that cut. Got it cut in two here. What I did first, it's probably hard to see, but what I did first was actually took a razor blade and like stripped the wire on it, and that was like long enough. That was like when these were connected, this is the length of the wire actually, and then I cut it in half. Because like if you're trying to pull the wire off on this side, I mean you could probably get it and stuff, but I just figured I'd keep it together, strip the wire back, pull it all off, and then cut it right in the middle. So I got enough slack on each side of these to twist this toggle switch to. So I'm going to hook that guy up next. When you guys are soldering these, you want to be careful not to drip any solder on the control. That is for sure. If you're not soldering them, don't worry about it. But if you are, be careful. All right, so we got those all soldered up there for our toggle switch. This doesn't look like it will be that long. Maybe it'll make it to the glove box. If worst case scenario, we could just extend these wires on the end of it. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to cut these anyway because I think I'm supposed to run them through this little hole here. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So, oh well, whatever. I can resolder them when they come out. Probably gonna have to make them longer anyway. So I'll be back. All right, y'all. So starting this again. Actually went to Best Buy and bought this cable. It was like $8, which actually works out pretty well because it's actually got wires on it that you can strip back, and it's got you got your ground and then 2 wires that are actually look like they're solderable or connectable. So you got remember, red is your positive for your right speakers and white is your positive for your left, and then the other wire, this bare wire, is your ground. Little tip for when you're about to do this, because I messed up, I would run your wires through this little hole here by the, I think that's the antenna jack. So I had to cut my switch off and run the wires through there. I just pulled them back so they'd be out of the way when I'm trying to solder. So I'm going to run this up and through this hole before I start soldering these on there, because I mean, the auxiliary will probably honestly fit through there, but see, actually, no, it won't. So we're going to have to run this through there first so that we can actually run the wires through the car and stuff. So I'm going to set you up here, probably time lapse this. First wire I got stripped on the back section. The farthest one to the back is your positive for your left speakers. So we are going to be hooking up our white wire. And then next, I think, is the ground. I'll go over that when we get to there. I almost messed up. Either way, it wouldn't have mattered, but I almost put the red wire on the left, the positive for the left speakers, but I just catched it right before I soldered it. Like I said, you could probably wrap these and get away with tightening them, like taping them tight, but since I know how to solder, maybe just look up a video, go buy a cheap solder gun, and just learn how to do it so you don't have to have any worries about it coming loose. Need a small little dab on there. Taper up and move to the next one. Alright, y'all, so I don't know if you can see this or not, but get some light in here. I got that ground wire hooked to this second wire, so your second wire after the last wire on the back row is your ground for both speakers. So I got this ground wire hooked up, so when you're going to, after you solder this or connect it or whatever, you're going to want to tape this thing all the way back till you like get all these wires together, because you don't want this you don't want that ground wire touching anything inside the radio, you know, because it'll short something out or something like that. So you want to make sure that guy is taped up good. So I'm actually going to tape this I don't know why I keep grabbing these big pieces of tape. I don't need all that. Watch, now I'll need that. But I'm actually gonna tape this ground wire last, because so yeah, third wire from the farthest one back. So your farthest one back is your negative. Your farthest one back is should go to your white wire, which is your positive for your left speakers. The wire after that, second one from the back, is your ground. The bare wire in the actual wire should go to that one. And then the third wire from the back is your positive for your right speakers, which your right should go to that. But I'm going to tape this ground up, and then I'm going to tape it up this insulation so that it doesn't touch anything inside the radio. This might be a little tricky, but we'll get it. Yeah, just like that. So there we go. All right, we got her all hooked up here. White wire to your farthest one back. Middle one is your ground wire, the bare wire in the actual aux cord, and then the red wire goes to the third wire from the back. And that already got you on where these the switch goes and stuff. So 7th wire on the switch. Cut that in half, put one to each side. So I'm gonna tape all this up inside here. Leave a little slack on the inside so we don't yank on it in the radio. Probably, maybe wire tie this to here or something. And then we're gonna put it back together, and then we'll slap her in the car and see what she does. All right, y'all. So I wrapped a little piece of felt around here to put it through here because these wires were kind of rubbing on this metal too hard. I don't want them to cut through and stuff. So we're gonna put our top back on. Wire our switch back up and pop her in the car and see what she does. Alright guys, so I actually extended my switch wire because I'm going to put it in the glove box so that's like out of the way. So because my switch, the wires on it just wasn't long enough, so I did extend them so I can make it to the actual glove box. Alright y'all, we're in the car here. Got the radio just sitting in there. I didn't run these wires yet or anything. I'm just kind of testing it out, make sure it works. Because it took me a minute to actually figure this out. So I was trying to get it all situated so I can easily explain it. So we're gonna have your key on. Radio's gonna come on. Make sure your radio still works and stuff like that when you get it plugged in. So you're gonna start with, I have my switch to the off position. It actually always honestly matters how you wire up this switch inside. So it's either gonna be off or on, and you could flip this. If it ends up being on is off, you could usually loosen this little nut here and flip the thing around. But so in my case, I'm gonna start with off, which will put this into an error mode. It says on the LS1 Tech it will put it into error, like it'll say error and go back to the radio. Mine actually doesn't do that. I'll show you what it does here. It just keeps making this noise like it's trying to load the disc. It won't get, I mean, you might have seen error right on there really quick, but it doesn't take it back to the radio. So what I do is I just tried it and it actually worked. I went back to the radio and it stops trying to load the disc. You're gonna flip your switch to the on position and or vice versa. And then you're gonna go actually hit your CD aux button. And now it's gonna load the CD, but it's not gonna play the CD. So I got some uncopyrighted stuff here. And then I'll hit play, and it's actually playing the stuff off my phone. So, you know, see, I can hit my pause button, and it's playing. So that's pretty good. A little bit of work, not too bad. It is very tedious. So, and it looks like you can actually, when you turn the car off, and like we're gonna open the door so the thing shuts off, so the radio shuts off. We're gonna turn the key back on. Looks like you keep that switch in the on position, and then just hit your go from your radio to your actually CD. And then just go, it'll reload the CD, hit play, it's playing your music. So it's almost just like having an aux port in here, which is great. So yeah, I mean, that's a little bit of a long install, but I mean, just to be able to get that auxiliary is great. So I was messing with it a little bit. I wanted to see what happened when I unplugged the aux cord. And you actually will hear like it playing the CD a little bit. So I'd say if you're gonna unplug it, obviously go back to your radio, and then if you should be able to just plug it back into your phone, which I'm doing right now. Should be able to plug it back in and then just go back and then hit play. It may make a little bit of like a weird like thumping noise, like that's what mine was just doing, but once you hit play it all goes away, and then if you hit pause it stops. So seems like it's working okay. I mean, I can deal with that. That's no big deal to me. It might just be a type of like frequency issue with the speakers going back and forth or trying to read it. I don't know. So yeah, that worked out pretty well. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Took a little bit of time. I do recommend going and getting that aux cord from Best Buy, because it was actually thick enough to be able to strip. Those cheap Amazon ones didn't have the correct wire in it. So I'll catch you here in a minute. All right, y'all, she's in there, she's working, so I'm pretty happy about that. A little bit of a different video than we usually do, but I figured I'd do this how-to because I was gonna do it anyway, and I figured I'd film it along the way, give some information, because I know there's people out there that may want to do this and don't really know how. I will put that LS1 tech link in the actual description, so you could kind of follow along the forum that I followed to do this. There is a video on YouTube about this, and to me, I watched it. It wasn't that, it was a little bit informative, but like I had a decent amount of information, but to me it wasn't clear on where you had to go and stuff, what wires you had to go to. So I'm not trying to rag on the guy or like anything like that, or copy him or anything. I just figured I'd make a video, make it a little bit more clear, because I like simple stuff. If something seems a little bit more simpler, people might be able to, you know, have a little bit more confidence to tackle it. Because you don't want to mess up your radio, you know, like, I mean, I don't want to, so that's why I kind of made this, because like I said, I was going to do it anyway, and I just like to give some information out there to people that might possibly want to do this. So hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I will respond to you. If you think I could have did anything differently, or, you know, to think I did something wrong, leave me a comment too. Hit that like button for me. And hit that subscribe button. We got a lot more videos coming, you know. We're not on the rise of spring yet, but we do have some stuff going on that we're going to do to this Camaro. The IROC, I am going to put in the piston power show, so we'll probably take a video of us prepping that to get it into the piston power show. We just got to see if we got our spots or not. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully it had some information in there for you. Like I said, if you got any questions, leave me a comment. But yeah, for now, thanks for watching, and yeah, take it easy.